We are not here to take part. We are here to take over. Come on! Game day, all in white. And Celtic do take on the one and only Aberdeen in the semi-final. Let me just turn that down because I get treble. We're all over the place. I need to turn that volume down. And well, just turn that volume down. We are just waiting on the team news. Just waiting on the team news. How am I getting feedback? Oh, there we go. Because I'm on that screen as well. Turn that one off. That'll be fine. Right, let me get some screens ready. I am running a little bit late. Apologies. I was editing a video for tomorrow morning. I need to note that one. All over the place here. Let's get this one up to get this ready to get the team news. And we are just expecting the team news to come out any second now from Celtic FC. And the team news has been released. Celtic are Schmeichel, Johnston, Carter Vickers, Trusty, Alex Baye, McGregor, Engels, Hatate, Kuhn, Maida and Kyogo. On the bench, Sinisalo, Taylor, Scales, Palma, Ida, Yang, Bernardo, Forrest and Ralston. That is your Celtic team. It is the exact Celtic team as I thought it would be. I thought Scales would get dropped to the bench. And I thought he would get dropped to the bench. He has been. I thought that Greg Taylor would be dropped to the bench. He has been. Brendan Rodgers has went with the players I thought he would for the reasons I thought he would as well. He did say, I am buzzing now. I'll just get 2 seconds and I'll get the screen on I'll get the team on the screen for you. Just move that there. Download this. It'll be on your screen in seconds, in absolute seconds. Once I download this, there has to be an app to do this quicker. You would think, because I've seen some of the channels and they just get it straight on now, and then go back to here, and I need image, this image, browse that. That's the old one, but who cares? Put that up, and there we do. We have the team. The team is up. Welcome to the 170 Fans View. I need to change that because it is the old one, but it's got the. I'll just switch the thing off. I'll just leave it. So there is your team. There's Michael Johnson, Carter Vickers, Trusty, Alex Baye, McGregor, Engels, Hatate, Kuhn, Maida, and Kyogo. On the bench, as I thought would be, is Sinisalo, Taylor, Scales, and when it comes to the back, you've got Ralston at the back also. Palma, Adamida, Yang, Bernardo and Forrest. It's an attack-minded setup. It's like a fantastic setup if you ask me. How's the time all wrong and everything? Because it's set for the old clock, isn't it? I see. I've done a balls up live on air there, haven't we? Let's jump into the comment section and see what people are saying about the team. Come on, Baz, into the sheet, Baba. Brilliant, Baz. Brilliant shout, Baz. Says Tam. I'm going to go back to the beginning. Hail, Baz, from my friend. It's almost time upon us. Squeaky bump time, says Dave Morton. He thinks it's going to be a hard-fought game going into extra time. A win for the Malton Provos, says Davey, who's used to run with Nicola's channel, but running his own channel now. It just changed names, don't they? Mr. Quinn's in the house. Dave Morton says, this is my last game, boys. This is the last game. My boy Dale passed away last year. He's watching RIP Dale. Heavy stuff, Dave, but yeah, let's hope we do it for him. I would have played Alex Baye before Taylor. Well, he's up. Dave Morton, I'm going to jump through. Apologies to everyone who's commented on the channel. I am going to jump through away to the comments that are up in the last couple of minutes or so. Hi, Baz. Strong team. Hail. Massive. Hope Alistair Johnson brings his passing game today. Alistair Johnson's fantastic at passing. Some of the crosses he's done that have got goals, assist for goals. Paul McCoon's going for 3-1 Celtic. Kyogo for a double. Wee man loves Hampden. Yes, suck balls on the lower truck. Have a good time, troops. See you the next time. What? Tim's having a good one. 3-1 Celtic, says Van Helsing. Ray says, evening from Saigon. What time is it with you, Ray, in Saigon tonight? And he's going for 3-0 Celtic. Good start in 11, but the bench will be important. It will be important. It is a massive, massive game for this Celtic team. And let's face it, it is, whether you like it or not, the biggest game of the season. We don't come here just to take part. We come to take over. Yes. We come to take over, and hopefully we can take over at Hampden today and get the result we want. Right, I need to jump into... I'm only going to keep that up. That sounded bad, didn't it? Oh, jeez. I'm going to jump into this morning's video. And see... Because I asked people to comment their videos. I just need to turn that down. Shout out for their CSCs. Now let's see whose comments this morning. Yeah, I think we'll go with all the comments. I'll just go from sort by all comments. No, I need to go into this to do that. 2 seconds. YouTube Studio. Go into the studio and then I can get all the comments from the video. Right, so we'll go right, haven't responded, filter from, filter search, no, I'll just go right, top. Right, let's go right back to the start this morning. Who was up first this morning to get a shout out on the channel? Up from Alba was going for 3-1. Kevin was going for 3-2 the Hoops, 2 by half time. 3-0 the champions. Paul Baird was going for 3-0. Scalesy and Trusty. Scalesy before Trusty, 100%. Well, Dan Lim 222, you got that wrong. Schmeichel back for Johnson, Trusty, Taylor. Yep, you got that. Hitati, yep. Ali Boy got that right. I can see going to penalty, says Lanky this morning. Keep the defenders on, they need to play together. Morning. 2 each, 90 minutes extra time. Poofed, says this is Celtic Centurion man from South Africa. 4-2 Celtic. I think Trusty will be in partner with CCVV. I'm trying to find out. I'm going to just jump through these. Yeah, I tried to get some folk to put in their Celtic supporters clubs. There was some, but it's not showing me them. I've got a double on Celtic, and Motherwell says the banter years. What a cracking channel name that is. The Emerald Govan, there we go, the first up. The Emerald Govan in my house. So said Johnny, so the big shout out to the Emerald Govan bus. Fantastic bus. They'll take a full house to the stadium today. Understand that there is a couple of buses short on tickets. As there always has been, and around the sort of Bells Hill, Motherwell area, buses are short. And Brendan we trust. Morning, says Lorna. I'm just trying to say there was another bus. One of us, the Castle Milk Boys, CSC. We walked to Hampden for the games via Kings Park and a cargo sing-along. Oh, says Desmond Donnelly. The Castle Milk Boys CSC, and then the boys from Free Derry who are leaving over. Good afternoon, Baz. Leaving from Stirrup Lane Pub in Airdrie with the Airdrie boys and girls at Celtic. Says Little Laney. She is with the Airdrie boys. Which is a fantastic little place for Celtic supporters. It's down in Airdrie. And they're leaving from the Stirrup Stain Pub in Airdrie. They're looking forward to the game. Also, right, let's jump back into the comments on this channel this afternoon. Strong 11, we are delivering an elegant pumping today of 4-1. Say AGCS Tech. Trusty playing well in there, but seen him caught wrong-footed when the ball's on the deck, says Kieran. But when you look at the goals that Liam Scales has given away this season at times, and last season, and especially in the Champions, at the highest high level, I think Scales is just doesn't get it before Trusty, and that was my opinion. And I thought that Brendan, and it was important when you look back to the last game, Kieran, when they did move Scales over to that left back side, the left back position. That gave you an indication who Brendan Rodgers that he's thinking, who's my permanent back two? Who's the two that I want to see playing together? Who's the two that I think can be a force in this setup? And it is going to be Trusty and Cameron Carter-Vickers. No work tomorrow, says Paradise Found, says Ray Ray. Let me just jump back to some of the comments. Kieran's going for 5-0. Danny Cassidy said he's going for 3-1. It's his favourite scoreline. Heading to the pub to watch it when you're done 4-2. 4-2 he's going for. And as soon as I have finished, well, we'll be finished in about 20 minutes or so you are fine for that. I think we've got this. I was nervous about the league before the league game. I'm a little bit nervous today, it's got to be said. But the closer it gets to the game, it just brings back memories of going to the game and walking down for where all the buses park, and down past the petrol station, past the police station, past the petrol station, up to Hampden. Settling the nerves, getting in there. Ray says it is 11:20 at night for him in Saigon. Jesus, that's a late one for you. It is currently, I mean, it's going to be 12:30. The time kickoff comes for you, so fair play to you, and I hope you're like on the Swally. I'm on the mineral water. Aquarius. Palma to get the winner. Says John. Jesus. Christopher's coming in from France. How are you this evening? Paul Bear, get the game done by half time. Paul Bear's hoping that we do get the game done for half time. Sushi Bali is going for revenge time. He says it's revenge after the fact that they drew 2-2 with us at Celtic Park. Let's just do them right in, says Nick. I think if we go out and make a statement today in this semi-final at Hampden, I think if we go out and make a statement today that we are intent on dominating Scottish football today, I think today will be the day that we go out and really show how good we are. And that's why Brendan Rodgers has went for such a powerful team in Schmeichel, Johnson, Carter-Vickers, Trusty, Alex Bailly. I have said, and I've said it umpteen times this week, that Alex Bailly would get the shout before Greg Taylor. You have to look at what the manager sees as his strongest team to win the game. And he did say the giveaway comment in the press conference this week was, sentiment will not get in my way. Sentiment will not get in my way. It doesn't matter how long you've been here. I don't care about that. The fact is, I will play the players that I think are the best for the team. And going forward, ultimately, now people have said, why would you play Alex Bailly when he's not going to... I'd forget about that. It's all, we can talk about that another day. He's went with McGregor, Engels and Hatate in midfield. Cracking midfield. I think if anybody's going to come off, it's going to be interesting because I can't actually see anyone in that team. It's going to come down to performance. Usually when you see the lineup of the team, you can sit back and think, you can have a kind of guess who the manager might take off first, because you can look at form and say, he might not get to the 60-minute mark and he might not be producing, or this player might not be producing. But this team has to be the strongest 11 players that the Celtic manager has. This has to be the strongest 11 that the Celtic manager has, and I think he's went with the strongest team possible. I think he's went with the best team possible, and in Brendan Rodgers we completely trust. I'm just going to jump up here just 2 seconds and see if I can just change the screen to get the players. Nope, not for that one. There we go. Right, there we go. If I do this, right, I might, and then I go to here. Wait a minute, back to this. 2 seconds. I'm just going to try and change the screen. So it's on this one, and then I take this, put this here. So we're going to try and get a little bit clever here with the graphics today, and then we drop it, download that. I need to do it transparent, like that. So just 2 seconds, just so it looks a little bit better. Go back to here, change image. Oh, do this. It's not saved. Why is it not saved? There we go, it's done it, saved it now. Save this, do this, do this, do that. It's still not saved it, that's the background one. I need to bring that down here. There we go. That's done that. And then text. Now we're getting clever. There we go. And we should have the team along the line. There we go. There's the team going along the screen as well. God, we're getting good at this stuff, aren't we? We'll just get the team going right along to here. Just to where the time is. And there we go. That looks a lot better, isn't it? We've got the team. I should have just done that the first time. Oops, don't press that because that'll end the broadcast. Anyway, let's jump back into the screen, see if that's changed. And it has. It's all fine. Paul Bear says, get the game done by half time. Revenge Time says, Sushi Bally. RGL67 says, honestly, though Brendan Rodgers will start Scales, not Trusty. I don't see what Scales has done wrong in dropping a huge game. Trusty is still getting questioned before the Atalanta game. RGL67, you've got to think why the manager brought in Trusty. And I'm not too sure how many times that Trusty and Cameron Carter-Vickers have played together at international level, but everyone knows that Scales has a little lapse of concentration in him. And I think that's why Brendan Rodgers ultimately pushed Scales out the team. And like I said, when you go back to the game just the other week when he took Alex Baye off and instead of bringing on Greg Taylor, he pushed Scales over a bit to see if he could play the left back position, and ultimately he can't play the left back position as good as Alex Baye and Greg Taylor. Well, that situation, that's just going to get people talking even more. Hope you're having an off day tomorrow, Ray. Yep, I've been up late. Well, definitely the biggest game of the season, Baz, says Danny. Yeah, was that. Opinionated Glaswegian says, why Scales dropped? He's been his best defender, says Opinionated Glaswegian. I think it's the strongest team possible. I did say when Brendan, as soon as he says that comment, as soon as he says that sentiment won't come into it, he'll put out what he thinks the strongest team is. And I think that's the strongest team as well, quite frankly. But Opinionated Glasgow doesn't think so. That's why I love this channel. We all get to have it. Baz, get your meltdown video ready for tomorrow, says John. We will be. If the result goes the right way tomorrow, don't worry about it. We will be here to bask in their misery. And let's face it, if we lose today, which I hope not, they'll be all over this channel. They'll be all over this channel basking in our misery if Aberdeen do the unthinkable. I don't think they will do, but here's hoping. Mr. Quinn says it's 3-1 Celtic. Buckleboy says, I say it will be close, maybe extra time and penalties. Christopher says there will definitely likely be up to 3 goals in case the team doesn't turn up in the second half. Opinionated Glaswegian's going for 3-0. AGS Tech says, strong 11. We'll deliver an elegant pumping of 4-1 today. Playing Trusty is all good in the air, but he's not that good when on the deck. Robert is going for 5-1. Milks is coming in with the Preston Pans CSC. What a fantastic little place Preston Pans is. Absolutely brilliant. And do you just run your own bus, or do you team up with one of the Edinburgh buses? Or is Preston Pans big enough to have its own bus? Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Big shout out to the Preston Pans CSC. We will pump the sheep 4-1, says Henry. Great start in 11, says Wilson QW. No work tomorrow, Paradise Found, says Ray, because it is a late one for him tonight. All good. Bernardo. And the comments just jumped up. No, they haven't. I just lost some of the comments there because the screen went that fast. Scales has been most consistent player all season, and he has to play the big buck buys, says Kevin. I don't think he doesn't have to pay the big buck guys, because we brought that's false, Kevin, because we brought in £7 million worth of players last summer, and Rocky can't even get near the bench, and Gustav Lagerbielke was put out on loan. So that's I don't agree with that sentiment at all. I don't agree with it at all. I think he's picked the best players. I don't think it's anything to do with wages. I don't think it's anything to do with what they're getting paid or how much they cost. Definitely not. Not when we had 7 million. I mean, Scales, we bought Scales for next to nothing. If that was the case, Scales wouldn't have played for the last season at all. He would have went with the defenders that cost Celtic good money. I mean, I think we paid well under £1 million for Scales. I don't know what we paid for him, but it was peanuts compared to the 4 point odd we paid for Mark Norowski and the 3 million we paid for Gustav Lagerbielke. So I don't believe that one at all. Audio is pumping. Mr. Quinn is going for 3-1. Pinuti Glasgow, Taylor is a brilliant wee player, but I've said it all along, the closer that we get to December and he doesn't have that contract, Greg Taylor will not get picked for the big games because the manager will play players that's going to be here after the transfer window. And don't say I told you so, but Greg Taylor, unless he signs a contract in the next month, will not be here after the transfer window. He will not be here after January. And if that is the case, the manager will stop playing Greg Taylor now. So they can say how good he is. He was. I think Turnbull was a good player. Had cracking shots from outside the box if you were in row Z. The odd chance he scored a couple of cracking goals. But I thought Turnbull was a great player. The exact same happened with Turnbull. Anyway, Baz, you're a magician, says Tom Mack. Getting the team coming up on the screen like that. I think that we're going to go down that road quite a bit more often, getting the team like that. It looks a lot better, doesn't it? Max fit audio buddy. Dan Milne says, big mistake leaving Scales out. Trustees had one good game versus Atalanta. Dodgy game against Aberdeen. Scales should be starting, says Dan. Oh, that's an interesting one. Taylor has been reliable and played the inverted wing-back position very well under Brendan Rodgers. Some of the criticism he's getting is very harsh, in my opinion, says Ray. I don't think... He's not really getting criticism. He's not getting criticism at all. He had a fantastic season up until he got injured, Ray. And I've never criticised him. I think he's a brilliant player, and I think he improved under Ange Postecoglou phenomenally. Every man to a T was wanting rid of him before Ange Postecoglou came into Celtic, and I just think that Brendan Rodgers is let me just check this because. Stoned outlaw, you're stoned. Don't know what you're saying, Baz. Stoned outlaw? I don't know what you're saying. Anyway, Taylor, Ray, it's not the fact that he is getting stick. It's simple. It just comes down to the pure business, and they want to keep him fit and make sure that he's not injured come the transfer window, if you ask me. Bullshit, Baz. Mate, Scales has been excellent. Trusty's the shakiest out of the two, says a opinionated Glaswegian. Tell that to the manager, because he doesn't think so. He's the one that's picking the team. You're not picking the team. I'm not picking the team. And don't swear on the channel. Don't swear on the channel. We try to keep it clean as we can, please. But no, tell that to the manager. He's picked the team. I told you exactly what I thought Brendan Rodgers would do with the team, and I was right. So whether you like it or not, whether you think that Scales has been the better player, Brendan Rodgers said it at the press conference, I will pick the team of the best players I think can win the game. Sentiment does not come into it. That was Brendan Rodgers' exact words. Sentiment does not come into it. So Brendan Rodgers is paid to get in with it. So, opinionated Glaswegian, I might be full of BS, but I got it right, and I've got to put my hands up and say, look, I called Brendan Rodgers' shout right yesterday. CCV and Trusty don't have a scare. Paradise Found says, hi Green Lecce, I used to watch Celtic in the Newgate when it was run by the Tims. Pubcat says, Taylor is good, but he'd be lucky to get a game in the lower end of the Premiership team, top half of the English Championship possibly. That's where he's going to end up. He's going to end up down in the Championship, and he'll get more money. Pubcat, it's as simple as that. He'll get more money down in the Championship. I'm pretty sure Brendan says Taylor getting a new contract was priority a couple of months ago. He did say that in the summer, But as it stands, he's not signed that contract. If he's not going to sign the contract, we know what happens. And the closer it gets to January the 1st, Brendan Rodgers will pull him aside in training. He'll call him up to the office and say, what's happening with your contract? Are you signing a contract or you're not? And Taylor will turn around and say, my agent's dealing with it. If the manager will want to hear it for Greg himself, right? This isn't the time to talk about that. It's not the time to talk about it. But the exact same happened last year with David Turnbull. He started getting left out of big games. He started getting left out of the team altogether, and he was sold in the January. You can only go by historical things that have happened at the club, and the exact same will happen with Greg Taylor. And when it does, don't come and shoot the messenger, and I'll not come back and say I told you so, because that's just the way it is. Scales knows his job, and he's doing a fantastic job at it. He's there and ready, performing in the squad. It's a squad game. There's every chance that Scalesy will get the shout for the Champions League game. Who knows? He does need to play the good players. Baz Begin says Dan. Hey, hope Lorna, I hope you're well, says Magnus. Paradise Found says it's breaking up with anyone else. Not Paradise Found, it's just you. Because I've just listened to it and it's not breaking up at all. And the stream strength is excellent. So there you go. And I'll just check it again. Yeah, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. Chilpel says, let's face it, if we turn up, we win. The draw against us was a fluke, says Chilpel. Yeah, it was. When you look at it, we had 32 chances on goal that night. 32 chances on goal, and we had an off day. If we take our chances today, if Kyogo has his shooting boots on, if people have been practicing all week how to hit the back of the net, well, it's only going to go one way. If it's breaking up, it's not at this end. So I've just been watching it on YouTube. Let me just watch it on YouTube. Live. Because it's fine through both feeds. That's fine. I'm watching it on YouTube just now. Let's just cut that. No, it's fine. It's fine. Talking nonsense, just trying to put me off. Anyway, let's face it. Chilpel says if we turn up, we turn up. Do a poll, Scales or Trusty. We did that last night, John. We did a poll last night with the Scales and Trusty thing, and everyone went for Trusty, I'm afraid. So go and watch the poll last night. It's hardly swearing, but you're not going to get me saying it anyway. I know, Tam Mac, there's some folk just come on the live just to try and put you off. Kaiser is in the house. JT Boy says, Kyogo loves scoring at the National Stadium. Yeah, it does that. Well, I think it'll be big. Scalesy is worth around about 20 million. Danny, are you having a laugh? Scales is nowhere near worth 20 million. Not a chance. Not a chance. If we brought in Trusty for 6 million, we brought in Cameron Carter-Vickers for 6 million. Are you telling me that Scalesy is worth more than double Cameron Carter-Vickers and Trusty? You're having a laugh, man. You're having a laugh. Absolutely having a laugh. Hail for Thailand, says John. Falcon Hoof said the squad is in the squad for our turn is the squad is for our turn is a season rotated squad. Christopher Kerr says, hello, Baz. I'm on the tick from Rotterdam. Opinionated. Come on, Scales is worth 15 million. Now you're at it, opinionated Glaswegian. You're at it. There's not a chance you're getting 15 million for Scales. Get a grip. That means that the price of your squad, you're now saying that Cameron Carter-Vickers is a 25 to 30 million pound player. You're saying that Trusty is a 25. We bought Trusty for 6 million. Come on. Yous are having a laugh tonight. Jesus. Scales, yep. Street Shitter's got it right. Scales, 6 to 8 million maximum. Maximum. And that's to someone down south. You're not going to get Lorna Gallagher, 20 million, what drugs are you on? 20 million for Scales. You're getting a load of laugh at that. Falcon Hoof says between 4.5 million to 6 million for Scales. You're at opinion at Glaswegian, you're at it. 20 million for Scales. Come on, you're having a laugh. Jesus, I've not even started drinking yet and you're getting me flipping tipsy. Because everybody in the club's getting trusty. Bring up the 1 to the 2 to the 3. Scales is a £7 million player, says Lee Kyle. And Cameron Carter Vickers is about 12 to 15. If Scales is worth 20 million, get him sold, says Scott. Do you think we will do the treble? If we do the treble, Brendan signs an extension in the summer, says Stephen Kelly. Let's get the game over tonight. Let's win the game tonight. And then pray for the treble. Because there's a lot of football still to be played. And ultimately, today's game at Hampden, the Celtic versus Aberdeen game today at Hampden is yeah. I'm still thinking 20 million for Scales. Yeah, right. 15 million quid the baller. Our defence is unbuyable, says Mr. Quinn. Anne Armstrong is in the house. Hail, hail, here we go again. Seamus says, the only debate is about Scales, Baz. I think Bernardo should be starting instead of Engels. Wow, that's a good one. You would drop out Arnie Engels. I think Seamus, I think that you are in the right frame of mind as me. Only because I think that Engels might be the first. It's either going to be Engels or Hatate will come off in the second half to freshen things up. I think Engels plays better when he has Paulo Bernardo beside him. And for me, the only question mark in the midfield today is, does Rio Hatate turn up? He's a bit like Slim Shady. Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? It's going to be, will the real Rio Hatate please stand up? And if Rio Hatate is not performing and not tracking back as much and just not doing what he can do, and we know he can do, it's the big stage. It's the stage that he wants to play at. It's the ones in the games that you get noticed at all around Europe. Teams and coaches from all around Europe will generally check in on semi-finals and finals to see how the players play on the big stage. And if Rio Hatate performs today, he could be sold in the next transfer window. He'll definitely be sold in the summer, I think. And then your midfield will be Arnie Engels and Paulo Bernardo, because I do think that Arnie Engels performs better when he has Paulo Bernardo up that front area with him rather than Rio Hatate. Anyway, Christopher says, Liam, dodgy with any bouncing ball. 5 million to keep big CCV, strolls the Scottish game. Sign Tav and give him the toilet attendant's job. Kebab Chop says it's going to be 3-2 Celtic. Agreed, Bernardo for Engels. A lot of people said that's going to be the first game. Home game for us, really. Expect a win. I agree, Bernardo before Arnie Engels and Hatate. Interesting. Alan Stevenson thinks it's going to be 4-1 Celtic today. Scott Wallace said, I need to put up that 2-2 draw. Right, we need to put that 2-2 draw to rights today. I think we do. What's Kaiser been saying? I can't even see. Kaiser, 20 million for Scales. Madman. Everyone knows he's worth about 30 million. Yep. Kaiser's had 2 bottles of Buckfast already. You can tell. Big Rab B says, Baz, you got it right. I was wrong enough. Feel admit I called it wrong. Big Rab B. I've watched enough football over my time, and I listen intently to what the manager says. And it's once you start doing that, you start to get into the sort of frame of mind that you know that Brendan's going to go with. And then when you analyse the players that he's been talking about and the positions that we see on a week-to-week basis, you know, I used to always call the substitutions right when I used to sit in the games. And my brother used to love about the fact that I would call the substitutions about 10 minutes before Brendan actually made the substitutions. Anyway, how can you compare Eminem to Rio? You can't. Eminem's a friggin' legend. He's a friggin' legend. Let me just say, John, let's bring on the sheep. Let's bring the sheep back down to earth, and let's put out the Northern Lights tonight. Yes, let's put out the Northern Lights of Aberdeen tonight, because we didn't come here to take part. We came here to take over. Yep, we did come to take over, and we want to see Brendan Rodgers taking over again. Kaiser's laughing out loud. Dodgy 3-2. Sorry, I'm getting the fear buzz. Oh my goodness! Don't say that we're going to get. Well, that would be 3-2 win because Celtic are the home team. What about an own goal? We don't want it. Bobby Reid's going for 2-1 Celtic. Kaiser says 100 million, so nobody will buy him. I might be biased. Jesus, 100 million for Scales. We should put this mob to bed by the first half. Last week, so come on, the boys. I don't think we should have put it to bed the first half, but I understand what you're saying. We should have been further ahead, and in the second half, we let them get back into the game far too easily, and we know that won't happen today. Christopher Cairns says he said that we should get this pub. He should get them all pumped. I really rate Scales, but 20 million. 20 million. I think somebody's had far too many beverages today. Just far too many beverages going into the beginning of the game. Hail, hail, I've just been banned from Reddit for slating zombies. Obviously, the Huns can't take it. You've been banned from Reddit? Jesus. The people still going to Reddit? I should maybe start a Reddit. Should we start a One Celtics Fans View Reddit? I'd need to sort of like do a few YouTube videos on how to use Reddit. Can we start our own Reddit? Would that bring? I wonder if that'll bring more people to the channel. Let me think about that. Let me think about that. Northern Lights don't make it to Glasgow this time. Haha, says Kyle. Kaiser says the sky is pink now, Baz. Pink sky at night, says Shepherd's Delight, so the sheep will... good one, Kaiser. You nearly got me doing that. It's a big open pitch. Should suit us. It should suit us. It's a fantastic pitch at Hampden for football. Afternoon, Baz and Celtic family. Told you yesterday that would be the team. Jamesy boy, exactly. I told you yesterday. Told you. You're always blocked. Clowns. Oh, Jesus. Just reading some of the... heavy trolling. Like everyone's confidence, but just hope we don't go into extra time. I think it's going to be a 1-0. I think I'm wrong, says Mark. My club never dies, says here. I think it's going to be 3-1 Celtic. Keep the rum and Stella flowing on Reddit, Baz. Keep the rum and Stella flowing on Reddit. I wouldn't even know. I don't think I've got a Reddit. I've never been on it. I think I've been on it years ago. I'm not sure. J-Bot says, we have enough quality on the pitch and bench to put them away today. Hell, hell. Yeah, we do. I think so. Motherwell will gub your mob. Fergie. Who's Fergie? Is there a zombie in? Weird battle ban. Embarrassing behaviour. Am I missing? Is there a zombie in? I don't think there's a zombie in, is there? God, I've never seen it. I don't think there's any mods in. No, there is Paul Baird. Lorna Garlic was in. But anyway, let me see what the media are saying about the Celtic team. Rodgers makes 6 changes, but Scales is missed out. And Jimmy names the Aberdeen side for the Celtic clash. Will we get the Aberdeen? Do you know any of the Aberdeen players? I don't think it really matters about who they put up. That's not even got the Aberdeen team there. Confirmed Aberdeen news. Brendan Rodgers makes 6 swaps, and I don't know why people are getting so obsessed about it. 6 swaps for the last game. We knew that we were resting players for the semi-final, so players were getting their chance. And just see journalists, man. Oh, Brendan Rodgers. They tried to make it. That's clickbait headlines. He's made 6 swaps, and everybody's like, "Oh fuck, what's he done?" He's not done anything. He's just playing the players that he knew he was going to play today. If anything, the change... anyway, we move on. Confirmed Celtic semi-final start as McGregor, Trusty and Alex Bailly starts. Confirmed Trusty Kyogo to start. Scales and Ida on the bench. So that's a better headline. Alex Bailly to start. McGregor and Kuhn return to start. And that's only some of the headlines when it comes to team news. Rodgers makes 6 changes and Scales misses out. And your Celtic news today. No, he doesn't miss out, but I think he'll come on the next half. Anyway, what time is it and how long have we been on? Been on for 39 minutes. Woofed. I thank you to all the subscribers that have joined today. We are trying to get to 20,000. The team is as along the bottom. Do you like that? We're going to try and do more of that and keep it even more interactive. With 36 minutes to go. 36 minutes to go until kick-off. 36 minutes to go till kick-off. We'll join the jump. There's no hands here. Chan Mark, fear for that. Now, lads, please stop slagging each other off. Lorna, just keep an eye on the chat. I don't know what was going on. They're having a wee tiff. I'm not even reading it all, so I'm just skimming through. Tonight we put the sheep back in the barn. Hope Dortmund do us a favour with Leipzig big. I can't see that because Dortmund are sitting 7th in the league. To go to the channel, you need a bikini, said Tom. I could put a bikini on, but I don't think it would go down too well. Don't know what I see. A geezer. The channel's done fine. Anyway, Rodgers rests some players and everyone shits the bed. Yep, exactly. We need to get a carry out. The boys, the Kyogo, have a belter today. Wilson QW says, surprised at either fit for the bench after that tackle. It's obviously not been as bad as what we thought. It's obviously never. But the fact that they got a moon boot on them and they managed to keep the swelling down. I think that's probably helped him a lot. Engels due 20-yard screamer. Yes, he is. Lorna says, hit the thumbs up, troops. James Boy says, afternoon, Lorna, have a great day. Hoopy the Hound says, he has a bikini, Tom. It's on these one Celtic fans. No, it's not. John says, Baz, I thought you'd be heading to the pub to watch it. And I was going to go to the pub to watch it, but I've still got half an hour. The pub's only 5 minutes away, so I don't know yet. And if I do head to the pub to watch it, it'll just be the local one to me. I'm dressed up for the occasion, says Stephen Kelly. Seamus says, I'm off to Premier Sports. Cheers for that. I am also opinionated Glasgow. No bad Baz. I shouldn't have even engaged with the troll. I've got a bit of history on there. That's opinionated Glasgow. I'm not even keeping up with... Rose for 7 says, exactly, keep the faith, troops. On that note, there has been over 1,800 people on the live so far. There's been 102 thumbs up. We're currently sitting at 333 people now. Watch Shinny go through everyone in midfield, says John. Where are you watching the game about, John? My guts have just went, that's the nerves kicking in. I'm going to hate to go. Don't know about the bikini bars, but I've got a pair of knickers on my head. Have you? There you go. You just wanted me to say that Paradise found. Nah, can I say that? Come on. Anyway, have a fantastic game. I shall see you after the game for the live. If it doesn't start straight away, it'll start around about 5-10 minutes after the game. Come on, you boys in green. Has the nerves hit you yet? Because they're starting to hit me. Come on, Celtic. Just do this.